What is up, you guys? This is Jay2 back from the dead. Yeah, it's kind of been a minute since I've really made a basketball video on this channel. To put it into perspective, the last time I made a video, the regular season was still going. And that was like over 40, 50 days ago. And now we're already into the NBA Finals. Just crazy how fast time flies. Man, oh man, what a matchup we have here with the Indiana Pacers, an offensive juggernaut, going up against a dominant defensive juggernaut in the Oklahoma City Thunder, man. This is a series of a battle of opposites, but in a way, I believe that this is going to be a really, really good series. And really, when you look at it for both teams in this video today, I wanted to discuss what is the meaning for both these teams winning an NBA championship and just how does that look going forward. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more basketball content each and every single week. Let's get into it. The Indiana Pacers have been a model of consistency, even since the last time they made it to the NBA Finals in 2000. Even though they lost to the Los Angeles Lakers, who was a juggernaut of a team in themselves, the Pacers have still had success in pretty much every decade. In the 2000s, they had success. In the 2010s with Paul George, shout out to Paul George, man. He's the reason why all this stuff is happening today. You the real MVP, man. But because of him as well, Pacers had that success going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and those teams, they built somewhat organically and adding players. And they did it again by acquiring Tyrese Halliburton as well on this team. The Pacers had been nothing but a consistent franchise. Even if they have a bad year or two, they're a type of team that are going to go out and be aggressive and actually acquire great talent and build around them. And they've kind of gone away from that traditional route that teams have gone through by building talent organically. Now, yes, they have drafted some pretty good players on their team now, but really, you look at over the years, they're always a team that was in sort of that win now type of mode. They've always had a competitive team, no matter how you look at it. And that was the same when they got Tyrese Halliburton. And to me, the meaning for the Pacers winning this NBA championship, well, first off, for Tyrese Halliburton, the critics, the haters, say what you want about him. The guy is going to solidify himself as a superstar in this league. If you can beat that Oklahoma City team with that historic defense that they're playing, this is going to really solidify Tyrese as the next man up as far as point guards in this league. When you look at the performances he's been having, those, not to mention the other game he had the other night, 30-point triple-double in a win with 0 turnovers. The man is in a league of his own, and he is a guy that is bringing back what it truly means to be a point guard in that way. And really, when you look at it from just the perspective of the Indiana Pacers, it kind of proves in a way that their strategy of not necessarily rebuilding, but acquiring key pieces that can really turn around your franchise, help build winning basketball. The Pacers have drafted some key players on this team, but acquiring Tyrese, acquiring Pascal Siakam has really now taken them over the hump. Pacers have always been a team that has, I like to use the word opportunistic, meaning that they like to go out and take advantage of these opportunities. When Tyrese Halliburton was on the trade block, they were a team that went out and acquired him. Even when you look at when Victor Oladipo was on the Indiana Pacers and how he went 7 games with LeBron James, that was a very, very tough Indiana Pacers team. The Pacers have always went out and acquired talent in some way, shape, or form. Even when they had Aaron Nesmith acquired on the team, that's another guy who was not drafted on the Pacers, but they helped develop him, and now look at the player who he is today. Pacers have drafted well, they retooled their teams, and they have a culture now in Indiana. And really, what it will mean for them winning an NBA championship, more so than those factors that I already stated, was simply due to the fact that they play team basketball, and that is the superior way to play now. They went out and they proved that they can beat the best of the best. They beat the Cleveland Cavaliers with Donovan Mitchell leading the way, who is a superstar in this league. They beat Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is undoubtedly one of the most dominant players in the NBA today. That's not even a question. And they go out and they beat a fully healthy, loaded New York Knicks team. Winning an NBA championship will put Tyrese Halliburton and the Indiana Pacers on the map. But moving forward now to the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is another team where there's a lot, to me personally, at stake for Oklahoma City Thunder, because Sam Presti is undoubtedly one of the greatest general managers that we have in basketball today. The only thing that's missing from this man's resume at this point is an NBA championship. He can have all the executive of the years and build these amazing teams, but what really matters is that he gets the job done and wins. We all know what happened the first time the Oklahoma City Thunder had this young dynasty in the making with Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. He ends up not wanting to repay James Harden the money that he wants, and look what James Harden went out and did for the Houston Rockets. Look at what Russell Westbrook accomplished during his time with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and also look what Kevin Durant accomplished, even with Oklahoma City, with Golden State. I mean, all three of these guys have won MVPs, and there's no doubt that if they stay together, they win multiple NBA championships, in my opinion. Now, fast forward to where we are today. Paul George is the guy who is involved in the massive trade for the Oklahoma City Thunder to the LA Clippers, and that involved multiple draft picks and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And that was really the start of a rebuild in Oklahoma City, with them acquiring so many draft picks and capital. And they went out and they go get Jalen Williams. They draft Chet Holmgren. They draft Josh Giddey at the time. They draft so many players on this team. And this Thunder team, we all know who they are today. This year was a first step into the right direction. And this year they go out and they are one of the youngest teams now to ever reach the NBA Finals. The Thunder winning an NBA championship, it's not really a lot to really explain here. It really just simply means that is a new start of a potential dynasty in the makings. Because when you look at it, other than the concern of Shai possibly signing a $300+ million deal, all three of these guys, him, Chet, and J-Dub, having Lou Dort, having Cason Wallace, having all of the talent that they have exposed to them, this is a team that is going to be in the picture for a very long time. Young, they're only getting better. They have still so many draft assets and capital. This could be the next San Antonio Spurs with Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, where they have runs where they win championships. It may not be every year, but you may see the Thunder in the finals every now and then. I think Shai lead the way for these young guys who is only getting better. Chet Holmgren is going to be an All-NBA defender, possibly Defensive Player of the Year one year. J-Dub has already shown those glimpses of what he can truly become, making an All-NBA team this year and making an All-NBA defensive team. We all know what Lou Dort can do. Cason Wallace is another player who's just growing and growing, and we've seen what their role players have been able to do. The Thunder are a team that are on the rise, and what would that mean for them in the NBA, man? It will mean that the league better look out. One thing that both of these teams have in common is that they utilize their depth on their teams way more than many other teams throughout the league. Like, we've seen now that the NBA has duos now, and you have a core of great role players. But these teams, they just kind of do it a little bit differently. They're just more deeper, and they have more identity, in my opinion, than in comparison to other teams around the NBA. But the Pacers, they are a high-paced team, and they play beautiful basketball. And the Thunder as well, they are a very strong two-way defensive-minded type of team, but also, of course, has great offensive capabilities, especially when you have a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on your team. Both of these franchises are really young, and they're headed the right direction, and this could really now spark a new era for basketball. You know, we've had multiple teams make it to the finals every single year. We have not had a repeated champion in a while now. So this really is just showing you possibly a glimpse of what teams may eventually as well have their rosters constructed to be. When I look at the Indiana Pacers, all I see is weapons. I see offensive versatility. I see some defensive versatility. And the same with the Oklahoma City Thunder. I see a lot of defensive versatility with the Thunder, playmaking, shooting, all of that. So, look, man, this is going to be definitely an interesting series. And, you know, let the best man win. But if it's really, you ask me who's going to win, I got Thunder in 5, maybe 6 games. But we shall see how this goes, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more basketball content each and every single day. Have a great day. Peace.